Today I'm at the Leisure Stadium, home of Real Bedford FC, a Bitcoin-powered football club who have just earned promotion to step 3 of the English football pyramid following their third league title on the bounce. I will be talking to players, directors, fans and more to find out what really goes on behind the Bitcoin club. Who are Real Bedford and how have the past few seasons been for the club?
So Real Bedford are a grassroots football club set up by my brother, Peter McCormack. Basically a punk club. So they've been set up to follow in the footsteps of St. Pauli, who are a punk club in the north of Germany, a cult club. So it's a club where we want to try and do things a little bit differently, bring a little bit of punk attitude to football, but also try and go through as quickly as possible through the different divisions of the Football League. So we've got a very ambitious programme that we want to try and achieve, where we get into the Football League, which has never happened in Bedford before, and potentially into the Premier League. So it's basically a boys' dream writ large and become actual manifest in the real world.
What brought you here today to watch Real Bedford?
Well, we're local, so we just enjoy watching a game. It's nice seeing a club that is coming up, sort of building themselves up and starting at a lower level and then building up. So we're local as well.
Come to see the trophy lifted. I'm here week in, week out, so can't miss the final home game.
What do you think? Well, we've been coming all season. I think this is about our 14th or 15th game.
Yeah.
So we were here last weekend or the weekend before, when there was 1,600 people here for the Bitcoin event and the sort of the game where they won the league. So we're off work and school today, so we thought we'd come down.
Yeah.
Okay, we've come to that. I brought my daughter today. We come quite a lot, so we came because it was the last game of the season, and I believe they're getting a trophy today, aren't they? So that's one of the reasons we came. But we come quite often anyway.
Obviously, on behalf of the league, is presenting Real Bedford with the Championship trophy for Division 1 Central of the Pitching in Southern League, handing out all the medals and the trophy, which they fully deserved after the campaign they've had.
Most times I come and watch Bedford. I watch the men and the women. Same.
My partner Joey, he's the number 9 striker. I've been watching for over just a year now. But I didn't really know anything about football before that at all. I was clueless.
I see obviously you got the skull branding and the nickname is the Pirates. What does that theme represent about the club? Like you said, what does the rebellious theme represent?
So it's kicking back. It's kicking back against the establishment, people who say you can't do things. So Peter's always had an attitude that life's for a living, and that if you've got an ambition, you can go out and do it. He's into his heavy metal music as well, so it's obviously part of that branding. But it's a very strong brand. It's skull and crossbones. It's the pirate mentality. It's shaking things up, doing things that an abnormal way. So it's a very sort of strong brand that we think a lot of people sort of buy into.
How much about Bitcoin and the way it's used within the club?
Very little. I don't really understand it, if I'm honest, but I get the concept of it. But it's one of those things I don't understand enough to actually get too involved in it.
Absolutely nothing, if I'm honest. Bitcoin to me is something I've heard of. It's not something I know a lot about, and I'm not really involved in it.
We don't know too much about it personally, but we just try and keep performing on the pitch and let our football do the talking.
So do you know much about Bitcoin?
Mm-hmm.
No. So I know a little bit. I've dabbled in it a little bit in the past. I'm not mad into it. And it's really, I kind of like the vision and the sort of strategy that he's got for the club and the passion that he's got for the town, and the sort of money that he's putting into it. I think it's a great thing. with that and the kind of universal thing that's going on at the moment, it's a really good thing for Bedford. And you know, I'm born and bred here, so you know, like to be a sort of staunch supporter.
Not a lot. I'll be completely honest. I'm not really into that side of things. I'm just here to watch the football. I just really enjoy watching it and getting in fans and everything. It's good.
To be fair, I don't know too much about it, so but clearly it's helped the club to grow, and the fan base is obviously immense as well. So yeah, it must be a good thing.
What are your thoughts on the Bitcoin investment as a whole, and how does it affect you as players?
Oh, it's brilliant. It's a great investment for the club. Takes the club further, keeps us pushing on, and keeps going up the league. So, as a player being a part of it, it's a fantastic club to be at to keep progressing in my career. So, yeah.
We know a little bit about Bitcoin and how it's generated and things. I wouldn't say I'm an expert on it or anything. We've gone to some of the Bitcoin meets that they do at this venue, but I wouldn't have said I'm an expert. I know how it's mined and stuff like that, but yeah, I've not got to the point where I'm a personal investor in Bitcoin just yet. Maybe.
What does the Bitcoin club mean, and how does that affect the way the club is run?
So Bitcoin, so Pete created the biggest Bitcoin podcast in the world. And Bitcoin is a different way of viewing money. So it's given sovereignty to individuals over their own assets outside of the fiat currency system. And it's a different way of sort of approaching ideas around savings and asset valuations. It's trying to work against the inflationary impacts in the fiat system. But there was no football club that represented that, and Peter thought that it was a great opportunity not only to fulfil his ambition to run a football club in Bedford, but also to show how Bitcoin can help businesses and commercial ventures. So what he did was started up the club, made it the Bitcoin Club, so people could rally around it and support it across the world. But then show that by having Bitcoin as your central reserve and treasury fund, that you could then benefit from the long-term increase in valuation of the Bitcoin. So it supports a number of different elements. But yeah, it feeds into the whole punk ideology as well.
How big of an impact do you think Pete has had on Real Bedford and this town as a whole?
Obviously, a massive impact in those two successive promotions for the club, and really putting the town on the map with what they've achieved. And they've been a good advert for the league as well. So they've been very good for the club.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic what he's doing and what they're trying to build here, and I think people should get behind it.
Oh, I mean, it's enormous. I've known Pete since I was a kid, and so he's a very good friend of mine, and I think the stuff that he's doing is amazing. I think Bedford in general has been going downhill for a little while, and what his plans are with the town, I think he's got, whether it works or not, has got to be commended. I think it's brilliant what he's doing.
I think he's had a massive impact. I mean, he's probably one of the reasons why we came back, because we started sort of coming sort of start of the season, and he was quite welcoming, really. It's just nice that he sort of floats around and says hello to everybody, welcomes people when they come back. So, yeah, it's just quite nice, really. It adds to the feeling that you want to come back, and you sort of, I think for the fans, it makes them feel like they may be a little bit more part of something. So, yeah.
A huge impact, I think, because of his publicity and everything, and being confident to just go for what he wants, and he knows what he wants. Yeah, it's been good. He's a good impact towards it.
With the fan base constantly growing due to success on and off the field, does that put more pressure on you as players to perform?
No, it's a really positive thing, and it's nice to have better numbers down here at the Leisure Stadium, and it makes us more motivated to push on the pitch, score more goals, and win more games.
How do you and everyone at the club plan on putting this town and this team on the map and make teams above take notice of Real Bedford?
We shout about what we do. We've got a strong social media presence. Peter's got a very strong media presence, so we've been out on various national media outlets. We've featured on what is probably one of the leading podcasts on football finance, The Price is Football. We've been in major press, the BBC, newspapers, The Guardian, etc. So we've got a strong communication strategy, but really the way that you get people to notice you is by producing it on the pitch, and it's having back-to-back promotions. So we've had 3 promotions now. We're going for the 4th, which has never happened before in this country, and that's the way people get to notice you. So it's not only shouting about what you're doing, but it's actually showing that you can actually do it. So we've been very, very fortunate to have one of the best managers in the whole non-league system, Rob Sinclair, who's managed to galvanise an incredible team who play football in a very attacking way, which is unusual for the non-league system, as I understand it. But also makes it, he's built an incredible team of individuals who actually do follow what we're doing as a club and want to support what we're doing as a club.
When did you realise that there was something special being built at this club?
The first message I got from Gaffer, went to meet him, and then straight after that meeting, I thought, yeah, this is something good. That was a couple of seasons ago now. So ever since that meeting there, I thought, yeah, and it's just got better and better. It's been brilliant, yeah.
When did you realise that there was something special being built at this club?
The first time I had a call with Rob Sinclair, he phoned me a couple of times, and when I was playing in Step 6 at Malton, and from the moment he phoned me, I knew it was a good project and one I wanted to be a part of.
With all the investment going into the club right now, how much of it will you be looking to use to improve the squad next season?
Look, it's obviously exciting that the investment's coming in, but that's more for the infrastructure off the field in terms of getting the stadium up to the grading, sort of training facilities. So in terms of actual using the investment for playing squad, no, that's not what the investment's there for. It's to improve the overall structure of the football club, whether that's the men's, the women's, the community projects, the youth. So that investment is more for that, to be honest.
In the news about a month ago, it came out that the Winklevoss twins were investing an extra 3.6 million into the club. What sort of impact does that make for a Step 4 team moving into Step 3?
Well, it's unprecedented. It's the biggest investment that's ever been seen in non-league football. It surpasses what the investment that was made at Wrexham. They were bought for less. But what it does is it enables us, it gives us confidence in terms of our longer term trajectory. So our ambitions are quite aggressive. We want to get into the Football League. That means that there's a huge amount of investment that's needed on and off the field. So not only do you have to pay for increased wages every time you go up a division, you've got new facilities, and then you have to think beyond that. What else do we need to support that? Do we need youth team structures, and how do we fund those? Do we need to look at new locations that the club needs to be playing at, potentially at some point in the future? And that takes a significant amount of time. So it gives us the confidence to be able to start making those plans in a mature way. The flip side of that is it's very easy to spend money. So we have to be very, very careful in terms of how we invest that to make sure it's for the long-term good of the club. But again, going back to the Bitcoin thing, Pete immediately utilised that investment in to make a Bitcoin or Bitcoin purchases. And they've now increased in valuation and help us, give us increased ability to invest in the future.
How significant was promotion this year to continue the trajectory the club is going in?
Yeah, look, the club wants to go forward, so winning another league is great for everyone. Obviously, as you start creeping up the levels, it gets harder. So no, really proud of the squad and a huge achievement this year.
Do you feel as if Real Bedford can follow a similar path to Wrexham and Salford and get themselves into football leagues?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they've got the investment behind them, the twins and Pete as well. So, I know some people are a bit anti that when there's clubs that come in with all the money and everything, but it's the name of the game, I think, in football. If you've got the money, and so yeah, I see no reason why they wouldn't follow Wrexham, and they're starting at a nice low level, so it's good seeing them sort of hop through the ranks and come up each league. Let's hope they do it again next season.
Probably a difficult one for me to answer because it depends, on what their ambitions are themselves. But they're going into another tough division next year. But they've shown going up from step 5 to step 4. And they're now going to step 3, even tougher for them. But I'm sure they'll meet it head on.
And finally, what are your ambitions for next season, and how difficult will that step up be?
To continue building, we take it game by game. I know it's cliche. If we can get our recruitment right in the summer and move forward, then hopefully we can have another successful season.
Why not? I think the biggest issue that we're going to have is the ground and how we accommodate the numbers. I think potentially that we could get. If that issue's sorted, yeah, why not? I don't see it being an issue.
But yeah, they've got it in them. I think so.
When should we expect to see Real Bedford in the football leagues?
It's very, very hard because even with the best investment, it's very hard to guarantee success on the pitch. Every season that we play, we've come up against some amazing teams. The team, the non-league football is incredibly competitive, and there's a lot of great talent out there. But the aspiration is to do that in a reasonably short time frame, 5 to 7 years. It's potentially achievable. If we can do that, it'd be fantastic. But we think that is achievable. So fingers crossed. 5 to 7 years, see us there.
Honestly, I think it can go as far as Pete, the chairman and gaffer and the club wants to take it. I think it's a brilliant project. Got off to a great start, 3 promotions now on the bout. So yeah, honestly, as far, we'll see how it goes, but yeah.
Very soon.
Yeah.
Are you guys excited?
Yes, really excited.
They can get to the front. They can do it. It's possible.